Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and in this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to make an adorable Valentine's banner, but you can take this idea and adapt it for any season that you would like. And we're going to be using some canvas duck fabric. We're going to be using some red ticking fabric. We're going to be using an assortment of beads, of different laces, and buttons, and we're going to make some fabric that is red and cream to go along with everything. It's, oh my gosh, this is so cute. So I'm going to be explaining this, which is kind of my sketch before I started, just to stay organized. And I'm going to be giving this away. So if you want your name to go in my hat, to possibly have your name be pulled, just sprinkle this video to your social media, spread the love, all that good stuff, and I will put your name in my hat and I'll be giving this banner away to one person. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. I think it's easiest if you actually draw what you want to do out, and it could be this complicated or less complicated or whatever you would like. And you guys, I do realize that this is backwards, but again, I can't do anything about it. It's a Facebook glitch that's happening system-wide right now, but I will put a picture of this in the comments so you can look at it. So I figured out how long my strips were going to be. I figured out how many beads, how many hearts, and I just sketched it. And then each heart is going to be different. Okay, so then the next thing I did was I started making some fabric. And to do that, you're just going to take a piece of your canvas duck and absolutely whatever magnoliadiy.com stencil you like and whatever color ink you like, and you're going to lay your stencil. That buzzing noise is our yard crew. You're going to lay that on your piece of fabric, and then I used this ink and a squeegee just to push it through the holes, and this ink is called Ruby Red. It's a great color, perfect for Valentine's Day, and it looks great with the other elements that we're going to be using. So you could use any pattern stencil. This one is a repeating love stencil, and I love it. This one is adorable. It's all these hearts, and it's a big one. And I also used my favorite stencil that looks so cruddy now. It's called a Victorian pattern, and you guys, I want to tell you, these stencils are reusable many, 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 many times. Oh, thank you for sprinkling, Florence. I appreciate that. Maybe your name will get pulled and maybe you'll receive this banner. They're reusable many times. This looks terrible. They do get a little stained when you use them with ink, but I have probably used this particular one at least 40 or possibly 50 times. So they're a great investment in your crafting closet. So before I came live last night and this morning, I made some fabric, some pattern fabric for us to use. I made this. This is that canvas duck that I love so much. I pick mine up at Walmart in the craft department, and it's on a bolt at my Walmart, but you can get canvas duck everywhere. You do want that as thick as you possibly can. So that was one fabric I created, and then here's the little hearts piece that I created, and here is the Victorian pattern that I created today. They dry pretty quickly, and I'm going to show you how you heat set it. And I'm sorry about the blower. These should be done any minute. It's always something. Okay, so I have my handy dandy little ironing board out, and I'm going to grab a piece of parchment paper. My iron is set on cotton, and no steam, okay? So I'm just gonna put this parchment paper in between my iron and the piece of patterned fabric that I made. The parchment paper is to protect your iron, in case you're wondering. Although I've not had any problems with anything getting on my iron or messing up my iron. So you would basically just spend 3 or 4 minutes. You could do the front and the back. Heat setting your fabric. And this is good to go because I already did a little bit before I came live. So let me unplug my iron so I don't accidentally bump it over and get burned on. Okay, so you're gonna start with the base of your banner. And today I'm using some of this polished hemp. Looks like this. It comes from Walmart. It's in the craft section. And this particular stuff is really in the section that has the jewelry. And the reason why is because it's polished. And so it makes it easier to bead things on it than regular hemp. But you could use absolutely whatever you want. It could be any kind of jute, string, ribbon, whatever you would like. So I just cut a piece that would fit my fireplace, for example. And, okay, on one side I just have a little knot to prevent my beads from sliding off. And then I'm going to look at my pattern and I'm going to start from one end, just doing whatever you decide is great. There's no right or wrong. So I started my ends with 5 beads, 5 small beads, alternating red and natural. And this is where drying your banner out is so handy. So I would just proceed to follow the whole thing, and I'm going to put all the beads on it, and then I'm going to tie a little knot on this end so that they don't fall off. Okay, so that's step 1. And I used 30 beads on mine, but again, this is not right or wrong. You can do it however you want. Okay, so the next thing is to tear your strips. And for those of you who have never torn fabric before, you have no idea how satisfying it is. It's oddly satisfying. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, which way am I going? I think I'm going this way. About, let's see, where's my ruler? Around 1 inch wide. They don't have to all be exactly the same. And you make a little snip, and then you just tear. And you make a little snip, and you tear. And depending on which way you're going on your canvas or your picking, your strips will be longer, and you can cut them into smaller pieces. So they're going to look like this, and I'll just pull off the excess strings. I have a whole garbage can over here full of strings. And then I'm going to measure, and I'm making all of my strips roughly 12 inches long. So what do you guys think so far? This is that banner. We're making that banner that I showed you guys last week and asked you if we should do it. And everybody, pretty much everyone said yes. So that's what we're doing. So these are 12 inches long by about 1 inch wide. But again, you can do whatever you want. And the ticking fabric that I'm using today is not my favorite, and I'll tell you why. Okay, somebody says that when she tears it, it seems to go crooked. It must not be very thick fabric, or it may not have been, if it's printed, it may not have been cut straight. So generally that is not a problem. Okay, so this ticking, this red ticking, is not my favorite because it's much thinner than the red ticking fabric that I usually get at Walmart in the craft section on a bolt next to all this canvas. But my Walmart hasn't had it in a while, and I used what I had left over Christmas. So I went to Joann's. You can get it there, but here's the other thing I want to tell you. At Joann's, this is $14.99 a yard, and it's not even as great a fabric. At Walmart, it's like $6 a yard. So, yeah, so I just wanted to tell you that. Look for it at Walmart if you can. Okay, and when I was doing the strips for using the ticking, I put 3 stripes. Do you see what that I mean? And here you go. Pull off all the little bits, and you have a strip. Cut it in 12-inch lengths, and you're good to go. So, hello, Dixie Smith. Hi, Mary Hudson and Cheryl Horn and Maggie Villa Renteria and Carol Smith. Thank you guys for joining me. If you didn't hear at the beginning, I'm going to be giving this banner away to one person who sprinkles. I'll pull their name from everyone who sprinkles or spreads the love of this video onto your social media, onto your Facebook page. Okay, so this is the banner that we're working on. And I have some of these clips from Dollar Tree, and they're great spacers so that you can kind of see what you're doing. Okay, so I'm gonna do alternating big, small, but not identical hearts. And like I said, there's 8 that we're gonna be doing on this banner. And let me show you what I've got on here so far. These are the strips, just tied in a knot. Here's one of my little hearts. Isn't that cute? This is ticking. I used the plain canvas on the back. This is that heart fabric that we made using canvas ticking and a red button. And then this one right here is just canvas front and back, and I used a piece of red and cream colored ribbon to go kind of on the diagonal, and I did a button. And then this one right here, and I hung all of them with strips of the red and white ticking, narrower strips and different lengths. Okay, so this is the red ticking, and this strip right here that you see, fix this so it all looks neat. You see the love, 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 love that goes across it? I just cut a line of the love out, and that is what I used, so I'll show you. This is such a great stencil, and I got mine last year. And then when Valentine's was over, I put it away, and I just brought it back out. So these are so super versatile for your crafting closet, and I just keep on using them no matter how yucky they look. So this is what I put on here, and then I put 2 pieces of lace, and I put some little vintage mother of pearl buttons. And then, let's see, do I have another one on here? No, we need to make another one before we get to the center. The center of my garland has one big bead and then red and natural, okay? And I marked the center of my garland just so I could kind of get an idea. You could tie a purple ribbon on either side or something just to kind of keep yourself organized as to what you're doing. Let me look and see what do we have here. Okay, I think for the next one I want to do a smaller heart, and I want to use some of this. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I have a smaller piece of just canvas that I've cut, and I am going to fold this because I like to cut 2 or more things at the same time, and we'll let this canvas be the back of it. We'll let the plain canvas be the back. Okay. So, and you don't have to worry about getting it exactly right because you can trim it up after you've decorated it a little bit so that the front and the back are matching in size. Okay, yeah, and I didn't do a very good job. Let's trim that just a little bit right now. The fun thing about this project, seriously, is that the only limit is your imagination. And other than that, you can do absolutely whatever you want. So we'll make this the front, and we'll make this the back. And I'm going to use a little bit of this torn, narrower. Let's do this in half here. Red tape. And I'm going to glue it together. Trying to decide what's the front. This is the front. And honestly, if this seems complicated or difficult, just ignore me because I'm not trying to make it complicated. It's just got a lot of different pieces to it, and I wanted to make sure I explained everything. Okay, so I made my loop, and now I'm just going to glue it to the back piece of the heart. Let's see if I can bring my foot down a little further. Yeah, if you want your name to go into my hat for the drawing for this banner, just sprinkle this video to your social media. That's it. Okay, so let's glue the top part of this together. And I hope you can see. Let me move this out of the way for a moment. And then we'll frou-frou it a little bit. And I'm using my low temperature hot glue gun. This is one of those projects where you could get glue on your fingers, so I think it's one that would be better to do with a low temperature hot glue gun. Okay, so it is glued at the top, and I left this part open so that we can stuff it. But let's decorate it. What do you think we should put on here? That's too busy. Let's see. What if we do let's do a little bit of lace and some buttons. That'll be fun. I usually like to have my lace going kind of winky wonky on these, and or diagonal, that's a better way to say that. I do like the idea of making each one of your hearts different so that the two sides are not completely matching. But maybe they have the same pattern of small, big, small. Okay, so this is what we have. And let's use some mother of pearl buttons on here. Oh my word. My craft desk is a disaster. I want three buttons that are 3 different sizes. Okay, so this is what it looks like. You absolutely love this. You're going to Walmart. Yeah, I've been to 2 different Walmarts looking for my my red ticking, and they have also a caramel color, and they also have a blue color. And last year I was able to get the red, but this year I guess maybe it's stuck on a ship that can't get into port or something. That's what the lady at Joann's was telling me, because I was complaining about how expensive that red and cream ticking was. $14.99 a yard, and it's not even super nice. So definitely look at Walmart or Hobby Lobby, and you want the fabric that's going to be as stiff as possible. Oh, and this is important. Do not wash it before you are putting it together. You don't need to wash it. If you're using painter's drop cloth, that's different. Then you do need to wash that, but don't wash canvas stuck, okay? All right, we're gonna stuff it with just some polyfill, and I learned a tip last week that it's easier to spread it out and it looks less clumpy and bumpy if you kind of pull the fibers apart before you stuff them. So that's what I have been doing. And if it was you that gave me that tip, tell me, because I think that was a great tip, and yeah, I wish I would have known that before. I'm learning just the same as anyone else. So you're just kind of pulling it so that the fibers aren't stuck all together. And I'm not filling these super full, so we'll just close this part up with our hot glue gun. This is the point where you could burn yourself, and why I think using a low temperature glue gun is important. Poke all that stuffing in there and out of the way. Just kind of pushing it flat to close it. Okay, and let me show you how I'm going to put it on, and then I'm going to show you how to do the tear the strips, and then I think we'll make a couple more. What the heck? Okay, so my center is right here, and I'm making one for the space before you get to the center. And I will put a picture, I will put this, my drawing, in the comments, so you can look at it if you want to do it. And you don't have to do your beads the same as me. That's just how I felt like doing it. There's no right or wrong. Okay, I'm gonna put a smaller one on this. Let's see. because I want to be able to get my little heart over the end. Okay, now which way is everything facing? Figure that out. Facing this way. On the right way? No, of course not. Let me try again. So the last Valentine's, we made a similar kind of banner here, and I gave it away. And so I didn't have it to show this year, and I love banners. Do you guys like doing banners? So I just decided to do one again, this year's version of it, and I'm glad you guys were up for it. So it's going to go to the other side. Of the center. This is why it's good to do big loops also. Okay, so this is what we have right here. Now, what I opted to do, whoops, stay where you are, was I opted to put 2 strips of the red and white ticking with a cream in the center. These are 12 inches long on either side. So I'm basically just going to tie a loose knot. And they look messy, but when you hang it up, you can kind of fluff it up so it looks good. It looks like a big mess right now. The funnest part, I think, is making the fabric. And I have done that so many times. Let me tie this one other piece onto here, where is it? And then I'll show you. Like whatever color I want. I made a ton of adorable carrot things last year for Easter. I mean, they were super cute. And bunnies, but I used the orange ink, and I used this stencil right here, which I think this is one of the most versatile stencils that Magnolia has. And if you want a link to any of this stuff, just say link in the comments and I'll get it for you. Or if you just want to hop over and look, my website is Magnolia DIY, .com. So it's MAGNOLIA, capital D, well, it doesn't matter if it's capital DIY, .com, no spaces. So last year, what did we make? Oh, these were super cute. We made these little red, white, and blue flowers in the summer, and this part right here, this blue, is that Victorian pattern with blue ink, and then this is canvas with the red, the good red and cream ticking that I love from Walmart. And here is a bunny that I made with the polka dot stencil and blue ink, and then on the back of him is the blue and cream colored ticking. Isn't he adorable? And then this was a Christmas tree that I made with the same canvas and this silver ink and that Victorian pattern stencil. There are just so many things that you can do with it. Okay, where am I on here? So I need to do a red ticking strip, and then another cream strip, and then I'll be at the very center of my banner. And I'm going to hang it up while we work. You can make these strips wider or narrower or longer. It's completely personal preference, but I would say if you're going to tie them on like this, they really do need to be at least 12 inches long. So let's hang it up, fluff it up a little bit, and see where we are. And once you have it like on your mantle or on a piece of furniture or however you want it, you can glue some of the pieces in place if you would like to. Looks really messy right now, but it's gonna be super duper cute. So that is one half of the banner. There's 4 different hearts made out of different kinds of things. This is the fabric that we made using the red ink and the Victorian pattern stencil. This Love, Love, Love is from the Love stencil. This one's just a piece of canvas with a piece of ribbon. And then this is the canvas duck with a layer on the top that has the little hearts and a red button. So going to the other side, then I wouldn't do them exactly the same, but I would do something kind of similar with the size. So let's make one, and I have 2 pieces of canvas cut out and ready to go, and I'm gonna glue the little hanger in it. Determine which side is right side out. I think that's right. You could, oh my gosh, there's so many ideas that you could do with this, so many different things. You could make bowl fillers, which would be super cute. Add them in with some pine cones or something. Here's my loop. And I'm just going to glue it in here. I am going to do some pillow projects with heart appliques using this same idea exactly, or almost exactly. And I'm going to give the pillows away as well. So be watching for that. I'll probably do it the same thing. I'll pull one name of somebody who sprinkles. So if you want to get your name in my hat for this banner that I'm working on, sprinkle this video to your social media. That's all you need to do. Okay, I'm just gluing my 2 pieces together, leaving the bottom open. I'll get the glue strings later because they are everywhere. So here's the opening at the bottom. Right, and let's see, let's do something with this Love, Love, Love and some red buttons. I think that would be super cute. Think about which way do I want it to go. I think I want it to go this way. So I have a challenge with my team of creators right now to make their own fabric using the magnolia stencils and ink, and then to make a project and to share that with our team. And yeah, I'm super curious to know what they're going to come up with. We do lots of fun things. If you ever thought that maybe you would be interested in knowing more about Magnolia, just let me know. I'm looking in my red button stash. Let's do this one because this is super cute. These are just little hearts. I have no idea where I got them. Put it right there at the very top. Had those forever. And let's find a couple of, well, how about if we do 3 hearts? Do I have 3? Oh gosh, I have some little ones. Okay, that could be super cute. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna just glue the decorations on and then we'll stuff it. And it's gonna go right next to the center. I can't get a hold of it. They're slippery. Okay, so and it's just easiest if you go from one side to the other. That seems to be the easiest way to do it. You could also glue your pieces directly on whatever you're using to hang it, but this time I opted to do these little hangers using thinner strips of the red ticking fabric. I'm just tearing this up. Wow, there's almost 500 people on. Oh my goodness. And thank you guys so much for the stars. I so appreciate that. I love doing these seasonal projects. I always love changing things out in my house for every kind of season and occasion. I think that's full enough. And Valentine's is just so much fun. And you know, it doesn't have to be, this is pretty traditional Valentine's, but it doesn't necessarily have to be all red and cream and cupids and that kind of thing. It could be any color combination you want that just gives a nod to Valentine's Day by the shapes of things that you're doing. And, you know, every Valentine's I'm always thinking about what is the greatest love. Well, the greatest love was when our Heavenly Father sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to earth to live as a man, a perfect life, to sacrifice His life on the cross to pay for our sins, to put us in right relationship with our Heavenly Father. He was buried, and 3 days later He rose and ascended to sit next to His Father in heaven. And God knew that there was no way that we could take care of our sin problem because we're human and we live in this fallen world. But He loves us. He loves us so much. And that John 3:16 is the perfect verse. For God so loved the world that He gave His only Son, that whosoever believes shall have eternal life. So I just wanted to throw that in there because so much of what I do here at DIY Dreaming is faith related. I do a lot of family stuff, a lot of faith stuff, and then a good bit of flowers. So if you're new, that's what you can expect to find here. And if you saw this video because one of your friends sprinkled it to his or her social media, then I would love for you to like and follow this page. Oh, that's adorable. Now we need to do our strips here. I'd love to have you become a regular viewer, and especially if those are the things that you're interested, faith, family, and flowers. I don't do a lot of, I don't do a lot of gnomes or some of that stuff that's kind of really popular right now. I tend to do more things that I can put directly into my house and that have a little bit of more of a home decor feel. This is an exception. This is kind of busy. But yeah, and I love everything that's faith related. So that is basically how this is going to come together. Let's do, do I have any more red strips? I don't. Let's do another part. This one is going to be red ticking on the front with a piece of this ribbon that I just picked up recently at Joann's. Isn't it pretty? It has this little ribbon in it, and I think I'll glue that on first. What's the front? I think that's the front. Tack down the edges a little bit. Before I trim the edges. This is where you could definitely get the glue on your fingers. In fact, I have, but it didn't hurt because it was low temperature hot glue. I might put just a teeny bit of glue on here to make that lay flat. Okay, so this is the front of this piece. Wow! Okay, this says activate a star party, but I don't really know what that means. Let's see what it does. I have no idea. I don't know. But I do thank you to everyone who sent stars. That's so kind of you. If you know what a stars party is, tell me in the comments. Okay, so there's the start of it, and then I'm going to just make a little hanger, let's see, out of this. And I'm going to glue it on the back. And then let's start this, and then we can embellish it a little bit more in just a second. You could also sew this if you would like to. Someone said if you activate a star party, you receive $50. Wow, that would be fabulous. But I don't know how to do it, so I don't want to mess anything up. I'll have to look at that. Okay, so here's the start of this one. And it's a larger one, and I've left the bottom of it. Let's go down a little bit more glue. Open to stuff it. And let's do some mother of pearl buttons on this one. In my opinion, you can just never have too many buttons. That's how I feel about that. And this box is just buttons that I have accumulated I don't know, over the last several years. I'm always on the lookout for vintage mother of pearl buttons especially. I like those better than any other color. These are pretty. I'm going to hold this up close so you can see. Isn't that cute? Thank you guys for all the info about stars. I know the basics of how it works, and I so appreciate it, you know, when you guys do stars, and it's great. It's one way that I continue crafting, continue buying craft supplies, that kind of thing, and it's just so nice of you. Okay, so I'm going to tear my stuffing. This might be my favorite one. I don't know. So if you want your name to go into my hat for to possibly win this banner, just sprinkle this. Spread the love, all that good stuff, to your Facebook. If you want to. If you don't want to, I totally understand. No pressure. But I'll look probably tomorrow, and I'll get this banner all finished up. But I'll look tomorrow and make a list of everybody who sprinkled, and then I will randomly pull one name, and I'll let you know tomorrow, and I'll mail this adorable little banner to them. I'll get pictures before I mail it out. And yeah, and whoever receives it, I hope that you love it. And I'm going to do something very similar when we make the applique pillows. Oh, look at all those hearts. Well, hey, Mary Sue from Nebraska, how are you doing? And I see Molly B, and Kathy Brown, and Betty Jones, and Deborah Campbell. There's lots of you guys on. Thank you for joining me. Okay, sometimes you're going to have a little bit of your stuffing that accidentally got stuck in the glue and is poking out, and you can just cut it off. It's easy. Isn't that cute? And so super simple. And oh my gosh, you guys, this banner is so affordable to make. Especially if you have some of the stencils. I know a lot of you guys have the Victorian pattern because I use that in my craft projects all the time. So that one's going to go right there. And I'll do the little strips next to it. Okay, so then we want maybe something a little bit plainer. And you know what? I think, how long am I making the fabric that I'm tying? It's 12 inches long. And I'm going to take a picture of this so it'll be the right way for you to read. I can't flip my camera on my phone these days to get the writing the right direction. It's something with Facebook, and I'm not great with technology. Oh my goodness, Amanda, thank you so much for the stars. Anyways, so I will take a picture and I'll put it in the comments. I'll try to put it up as the first or second comment so that you can look at it, because it gives you the total number. I have 8 hearts, 30 beads, and I drew them. And the strips are 12 inches long and they're about 1 inch wide. I should have put that. Yeah, so my messy little one will go into the comments. Okay, several people said that they're having issues with it freezing. That must be on your side, your internet, because I'm not having that issue here. Okay, the fabric that we start with is canvas duck fabric. And I get it at Walmart for around $6 a yard in the fabric section. It's great. do not wash it before you craft with it. You want it nice and crisp, it's thick, it's great to work with. And then we also are using some of this red ticking fabric that I normally buy at Walmart, and the Walmart stuff is better. It's thicker and it's less money. But this time I picked it up at Joann's and it was more expensive and it's not nearly as thick, so I don't like it as much. And then we made some of our fabrics, which this is just so cool to do. Okay, so this is a stencil, which is reusable many, many, many times. I've had it for almost 2 years and I've used it, oh gosh, 50 plus times. So I used that plus some ink to make this fabric, and obviously we did a heart with it. And then I used this stencil, this repeating love stencil with the same, same ruby red ink to make this piece of fabric. And then I used this adorable stencil, which is just a whole bunch of adorable little hearts, to make this piece of fabric that you can see. I cut a heart out of it. So, and this is all made on just it's just stenciled on this canvas deck fabric from Walmart with the stencil and the red ink, and then you can cut it or do absolutely whatever you want. Let's see. Okay, so several of you guys are saying that you had issues with my videos last week. I switched my internet provider, and so I think this should be better. Also, I stopped using my microphone, and I think my sound is better. At least I hope so, because I'm doing just about the best I can, given my difficulties with technology. Anyways, how far apart do you hang the strips? Well, I did, okay, on each side of a heart, I did 3, and they're all smushed together. I did a stripe, a plain, and a stripe. And then going this way, stripe, plain, stripe, and then my 3 beads. So that's what I did, but whatever pattern you like. You could also put strips of lace. I have some red canvas, that's also from Walmart. I could do strips of that. Okay, let's see, what does Maggie say? She would like a link to the stencils. I'll be glad to get you one, and maybe the information about the starter kit, and I'd be glad to get you that too. Oh, well darn. Well, I'm sorry if I'm freezing from time to time. I don't know what to say about that, but I hope it's better if you're watching on replay. And, oh, thank you, Martha. So, this was our project. It's not quite finished, but I will finish it up. And I'll get pictures of it on my mantle so you can see what it would look like. And I'll be giving it away to one person who spreads the love, you know, S-H-A-R-E, the bad word, this video to their Facebook page. So, Kathy, I'll get you the starter kit information too. So, and Dawn, I'll get you the link to the stencils. So, what was I saying? I'll get pictures and I'll finish it up. And if you want to get your name in my hat for this banner, just sprinkle it to your Facebook page so that your friends and family can see this fun project. I'll put pictures of the completed thing in the comments and also here at DiyDreaming. Donna says she loves how cute I am when I get a new thought in my head. Oh my gosh, I was dreaming about this last night because I started the process of making some of the fabric and getting my elements together to think about what I wanted and to think about how I wanted it to come together. And then I was dreaming about hearts all night long. But, alrighty. Oh, Jenny, I'd be glad to get you the link for the starter kit. Did you guys know that creators get a nice discount? Yeah. And Magnolia is such an awesome company. So anyone wants a link or the information about what is entailed in becoming a creator, let me know. If you want a link for any of these stencils or ink that we use to make our own pattern fabric, let me know that too. And Virginia says she needs to order some ink. Virginia, I'll get you a direct link to just the ink. As soon as I say goodbye, Judy wants the Victorian pattern stencil link. And Judy, I'll get that for you. As soon as I say goodbye, I'm gonna sit down in my comfy chair, read through your comments, answer all your questions. Do I sell the items that I make? No, Connie, I generally don't. I either keep them for my house, because I love to decorate and use things in my house, or to possibly bring them out again next year to show you guys ideas, or I give them away. That's pretty much how I've done it. Dixie, I'll get you a link to the ink. And Tammy, I'll get you the starter kit link as well. And Marge, I'll get you a link. And Rosemary, you too. So I'm going to be busy for the next hour or so, but just say link in the comments or starter kit if you want that information. And I will pop that, I'll reply to your comment right here, so be looking for the answer. And thank you to everyone who did stars. Next time, let's figure out how to do that stars party thing, whatever that is. I don't really know how to do that. I'll see if I can figure it out. And, oh, last thing. If you liked this, do a heart or a this, that's a thumb. Say something in the comments and look to see if you've liked and followed this page, DIY Dreaming, because I have lots of good projects coming up and I don't want you to miss any of them. And that seems to be the magic combination for Facebook to serve you what I'm doing here at DIY Dreaming. It is a little bit mysterious, but if you've liked and followed, set your notifications and commented and liked and something like that, Facebook thinks that means you like this content, you like what I'm doing here at DIY Dreaming, and of course I love that. And they're more likely to serve it to you in your feed. Oh, thank you. Angela says she likes my top. I love this top too, and I get a lot of questions about it. I got it over a year ago, and I ordered it from one of those things that popped up on Facebook, and I was just about ready to ask for my money back because it took like 2 months to get here. So I don't recommend that seller, although I do think this top is pretty cute. Anyways, most of my clothes come from the loft on sale because I'm frugal, I'm a bargain hunter. Oh, Renee, I'm so glad you love my crafts. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking, everyone. Let me know if you want a link. Let me know if you want information on the starter kit. Look for this. This is the first thing I will do, is I will put this in the first or second comment. I'll get a picture of it. And hopefully it'll be understandable. It won't be backwards. And anyways, thank you for joining me. I have lots of fun stuff coming up this week, so I hope you'll join me then, either live or on replay. My craft mat is not Magnolia. Maggie, let me just answer a couple more questions. It is, one of my followers sent it to me. Isn't that sweet? She got hers on QVC, I think she said. It's a silicone mat, and the other side of it has, you know, the squares so that you can line things up. It's great to work on because nothing sticks to it, and when I paint, I just use an antibacterial wipe to clean it off. I did suggest to Magnolia that they come out with something like this because it is awesome. So we'll see. You can also find this, just type in silicone craft mat at Amazon, and they have all different sizes and different colors too. Okay, now I'm really gonna say goodbye. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.